In a stunning development, Iran released footage of a missile launch that allegedly hit the United States aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln on March 5th. The footage showed anti-ship cruise missiles being launched from the Iranian coastline toward the 100,000-ton nuclear-powered aircraft carrier of the US Navy. The footage shows multiple missiles launching from coastal batteries, streaking over the waters and across the sky. The release of the footage appears aimed at sending a message to Washington as tensions between Iran and the US continue to intensify. However, the video's authenticity is not yet verified. On March 5th, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Corps Navy claimed that it struck USS Abraham Lincoln near the Strait of Hormuz as it approached the area from the Gulf of Oman. A spokesperson for the Qatam al-Anbiya Central Headquarters, quoted by Tehran Times, said the aircraft carrier was targeted by missiles while it was operating 340 kilometers from Iran's maritime borders. However, Iran has presented no evidence to support its claims. Military analysts say anti-ship cruise missiles are designed to fly low over the sea, making them difficult for radar systems to detect and intercept. The United States Navy Carrier Strike Group, led by the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, is a key pillar of Washington's military presence in the region. Aircraft carriers act as floating air bases, capable of launching dozens of fighter jets and projecting power across thousands of kilometers. Meanwhile, the U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, released images of USS Abraham Lincoln operating in the seas, rejecting the Iranian charge that it sank the warship.
The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, claimed to have launched an attack on the United States aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln amid ongoing fighting in Iran. According to Press TV, the IRGC Navy allegedly targeted the USS Abraham Lincoln near Iranian territorial waters using advanced domestically produced drones. However, neither the IRGC nor Press TV shared any footage to substantiate the attack claim. A spokesperson for the Qatam al-Anbiya Central Headquarters said the attack forced the American strike group to retreat. The CENTCOM has not confirmed any such development. The alleged attack took place on March 4th when the 100,000-ton carrier was intercepted approximately 340 kilometers from Iran's maritime borders in the Sea of Oman, Press TV reported. The Iranians claimed that following the impact, the USS Abraham Lincoln and its accompanying destroyers fled the engagement zone at high speed. The IRGC spokesperson said the carrier group has since retreated over 1,000 kilometers away from the region, claiming the U.S. military presence failed to achieve its intimidation objective. Notably, Pentagon has not yet commented if the mammoth carrier was forced to retreat or the extent of the damage to the carrier. Last week, the IRGC claimed that it had targeted the USS Abraham Lincoln with 4 ballistic missiles.
The United States Navy's aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, deployed near Iran, was hit by the Iranian Navy's missiles, the state media reported on Thursday. The USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier was struck by drones of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy, a spokesperson for the Qatam al-Anbiya Central Headquarters told Press TV. The USS Abraham Lincoln hosts multiple squadrons of fighter aircraft, including F-35 Lightning II fighter jets and F-A-8 Super Hornet fighter jets. The USS Abraham Lincoln, along with 3 guided missile destroyers, had been in the Arabian Sea since the end of January after being redirected from the South China Sea. The Iranian military's claim of a strike targeting the U.S. aircraft comes days after an American submarine sank an Iranian warship in the Indian Ocean. Sri Lanka's Navy recovered 87 bodies and rescued 32 Iranian sailors from the IRS Dina, which sank in international waters off the coast of the island nation, a rare instance of a submarine torpedoing a ship since World War II. Earlier in the day, the Iranian military claimed that the naval missiles hit an American oil tanker in the Persian Gulf, triggering fire in the vessel.
The assault on commercial shipping in Gulf waters showed no signs of letting up as the U.S.-Iran conflict entered its 5th day, with more vessels coming under attack. A Bahamas-registered crude oil tanker became the latest victim after an explosive-laden remote-controlled boat believed to have been deployed by Iranian forces rammed into the vessel while it was anchored in the vicinity of Iraq's Hor al-Zubair port. In addition, a second tanker anchored off the Kuwaiti coast suffered a massive explosion on its port side, causing the ship to take on water and leak oil into surrounding Gulf waters. The 2 incidents bring the total number of vessels targeted to 9 since clashes broke out between the United States, Israel, and Iran on Saturday, which has sent shockwaves through global shipping and energy markets. The toll on regional shipping has been severe. Tracking data from the Marine Traffic Platform estimated that roughly 200 vessels, including oil tankers, liquefied natural gas carriers, and cargo ships, remained stranded at anchor in open Gulf waters, unwilling or unable to move. Hundreds more sat waiting outside the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow but critical choke point through which approximately 1/5 of the world's oil and LNG supply passes, unable to reach their destination ports. The disruption to energy flows has had an immediate and sharp impact on commodity markets. Oil prices climbed a further 3% on Thursday alone, extending a rally that has now pushed crude prices more than 14% higher since the conflict began, a staggering rise driven by fears of prolonged supply disruption from one of the world's most energy-critical regions. Reportedly, the targeting of Gulf countries and disruption of energy markets was part of a plan devised by the late Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.